Hello, everybody. It is me, Jurassic Alt, here to say that today we're going to be talking about Tales from the Pizza Plex, Book 5, Bobby Dot's Conclusion, Story 1, GGY. I'm very excited to talk about this story. A lot of stuff here, so yeah, let's get started. So, the story is about a kid named Tony who has to write an essay with his classmates, so they all decide to go to the Mega Pizza Plex to get some ideas. Tony sees that someone has a high score, higher than everybody else by a long shot, so he asks two girls if they knew who GGY is. They say that Axel might know who he is. So Tony goes back to the Mega Pizza Plex and finds Axel, and Axel says he doesn't know who he is, but he thinks he's hacked to get his high scores. Tony talks with a Freddy Fazbear employee and talks about the key cards and security badges. Finberg says that GGY isn't hacking because there is no code that has shown that it's been hacked. Tony couldn't find anything else about GGY, so he leaves. As he leaves, Glamrock Freddy is staring at him and acting creepy. Tony goes online to find more information, but he doesn't find any. But at the last minute, someone comes into a chat and says, "Meet me here again tomorrow." Tony thinks he can find more information if he goes through the security badge. So Tony steals a security badge and goes through the records and sees that GGY's Play Pass has been upgraded to have security access, and 3 other people have used it. One of the names is Mary, 2 other people. Freddy stalks Tony again as he's leaving. Tony talks to the person that he met online, and turns out it was one of the girls from the arcade machines. The girl says that it's a bad idea that you're trying to find who GGY is because GGY hasn't just hacked the arcade, GGY has hacked the animatronic. Thinks that Tony should drop the case. Tony goes back home and hears on the news that a school counselor has gone missing. Tony realized that the girl that was missing had the same name as one of the people who had the security badge. Tony sneaks into the school to find out more information about the school counselor and learns that 2 other counselors have gone missing. Then it's the next day and Tony shows his friends the essay and they rewrite his story, and that made Tony mad. Tony gets called into the office because someone ratted him out for sneaking into the school, and then one of Tony's friends that he had to work with, Greg, suggests that they should go to the Mega Pizza Plex because he has some friends he wants him to meet. So yeah, that's the summary of the story. I want to talk about some side note things. So at the end of the book, it's revealed that Greg is probably going to be GGY. But I think it's funny that they kind of hinted at it from the beginning because the 2 Labna partners were Greg and another kid. They all had nicknames, and Greg's nickname was Dr. Rabbit, which reminded me of in Security Breach, there's a game called Dr. Scrap Trap. Greg looks like Gregory because he is a skinny, short little kid with big brown eyes. They mention Gator Gall, Bonnie's Ball, arcades, where DJ Music Man is, Rockstar Road, roller coaster, climbing tubes, and make a lot of arcade references that you find in the arcade. And I'm noticing something with the books, is that the books that we've recently got, the last 1 or 2 we've gotten, is very accurate to how the Mega Pizza Plex looks. Now, I'm kind of wondering, because in the older books, they don't really describe how they look in the past books. I'm wondering if the Mega Pizza Plex had to rebuild and what caused them to rebuild, because in Security Breach, we see a lot of construction kind of stuff going on. So that might be our indication that the Mega Pizza Plex is being rebuilt, and that's kind of towards the end. I don't know, it just seemed interesting. They mentioned train tracks in one line. So we've mentioned train tracks, the junkyard. So this might actually confirm that these books are connected to the Fazbear Frights books. A little girl's doll got stolen by a crow, so that might be in connection to Nexi. I don't know anything about Nexi that I could find, so yeah. So in the story, we learned that Tony's dad embezzled money and went to jail for it. I'm wondering if Tony's dad had some connection to Fazbear Entertainment in the past. So mentioned arcades and arcade nicknames. Axel's arcade name was ABC. Girl 1 and 2, I don't remember names, were KXT and CRF. Those are the 2 girl ones, arcade names. I looked in Security Breach. I could not find KXT or CRF, but I did find ABC. So that's very interesting. Monty breakdown in this book. And I think that's funny because I thought that was a cool callback to the gifts that we got and to Glamrock Freddy saying that he can't control himself when he's on the dance floor, which is funny. Sundays, it seems like the animatronics have free roam, so I don't know if that means just Sundays. The Glamrock animatronics can free roam anytime they want, so technically Security Breach could be on a Sunday. GGY didn't have the highest score on all of the arcades, but he did have it on a lot of them. We do see a lot of the arcades have a high score, but not all of them. So it seems like Gregory hasn't been here for too long, which I want to talk about that in the main theory. In the essay that Tony wrote, Tony likes to write kind of more realistic kind of stuff and wrote a more realistic story of GGY and all that. So him having to figure out why GGY was making and messing with the animatronics slash getting such a high score. But Greg edited the story to be that he was supposed to be the wizard's favorite apprentice and was supposed to defeat a tentacled monster. Now, in the main theory I'm going to talk about of Gregory was originally supposed to defeat the Blob, but kind of really didn't, because in the cutscene for the animated one, he doesn't defeat it and he kind of runs out. I think Afton was counting on Gregory to defeat the Blob. In the story earlier, they mentioned you couldn't get anywhere with a security badge, really, because it would just get turned off and automatically cut off. Now, I thought that was interesting because in Security Breach, he's using the security badge the whole time and doesn't have to worry about resetting the thing at all. Yes, he has to get upgrades, but like that's to get higher ranking. So I just find that interesting, and I feel like Afton or Vanessa could be trying to help him get to the Mega Pizza Plex. And I thought about this as I was writing the script for this. Vanessa's the only one in there, so like she doesn't really need to worry of like, well, I guess I don't know, it just seems odd. I don't know, it seems odd. Like maybe Vanessa was trying to help Gregory actually the whole time to defeat the Blob, and was kind of, instead of having it that she was gonna do it, she had Gregory do it for him, quite possibly. I don't know, but yeah, let's get to the main meat of it. So what did this story confirm? The story confirmed, very clearly established that Gregory is patient 46. Now, I didn't watch any videos, but I saw a lot of videos talking about Gregory being patient 46. I didn't see why is he patient 46? Why is he killing these people? Why is he killing therapists and all that kind of stuff? Well, I think we have an answer, because I'm kind of pulling the stuff from B7 and bringing it here. I think Afton wanted to have a killer family. I think that's what Afton was planning, because you can't kill your kid if he's already a killer. Because, hear me out, think about it, GGY, or Gregory is supposed to be like Crying Child. What does Crying Child associate? Golden Freddy. Golden Freddy, for the most part, has had two souls, and one is Cassidy and one's Crying Child. Now, Crying Child is in Gregory. We got that established, but who could be the other soul? I believe that either it's Afton's soul himself, or Afton's kind of memory thing. AI, I don't know what you want to call it, but part of Afton's kind of soul, if that makes sense. Or kind of what happened with Vanny of got the killer crazy, the Afton cult, which I've been talking about. But I'm personally kind of more leaning with part of Afton's soul. Now, in Security Breach, with the Patient 46 says in this line here that they like to wear costumes.
You think it's a mask? It reminds you of a mask? Like a disguise? Yeah, I can see that. You like the idea of being disguised? Disguises let you be sort of invisible, don't they? You can get away with almost anything when you're invisible, can't you?
Now, a lot of people at first were saying, oh, this has got to be Vanny. This has got to be Vanny. And people weren't really like, oh, this can't be Gregory. Gregory doesn't wear costume. But if we're going off of the mix, or the two souls of Afton and Crying Child, I think Crying Child came in after. If it's Afton's soul, and Afton's kind of mainly being the killer kid, Afton wore the costume. He wore a Spring Bonnie costume and killed children in it. Now, Afton did use the Freddy animatronics to stuff the bodies. I don't think that Gregory's using the Glamrock animatronics to stuff the bodies into them, but he's definitely using them. So that's two things right there of Afton wore costume, and Gregory is willing and likes costumes and all of that idea. Gregory is good with technology. Who else is good with technology? Clearly Afton, because able to put part of his soul into technology and make glitch trap and being able to control people's minds. So he's clearly got some tech kind of stuff that he's able to. Maybe not as much as Henry. Another thing is, in Security Breach, Gregory destroys the Glamrock animatronics. Not a big deal. Animatronics are trying to kill you. That makes sense. You would try to kill them. Who else destroys animatronics? In FNAF 3, Afton, but there he gets spring locked. in that game. That's what makes the bad ending. He destroys all the FNAF 1 animatronics. Gregory destroys the animatronics in this game. And instead of releasing their souls, he's just making them have upgrades for him. So that's 3 things that are basically very similar to Afton. Now, what happened then? What happened? I think that Afton had the majority of his, air quotes, soul evil killer mind, and then added Crying Child in them, which caused him to have flashbacks of, hey, these things are killer. These things will kill me. I gotta get out of here. Because in B7, Billy was convinced he was a robot, up until he was snapped out of it from something really traumatic. Spoilers for the ending of B7, he got his head crushed at the end of B7. So something traumatic has to happen to get snapped out of this thing, this glitch trap thing. Something traumatic has to snap you out. I think Crying Child got flashbacks to being the bite of 87, and that's what caused Gregory to be like, hey, oh snap, I just remembered, these aren't my memories. That was pretty scary. Let's get out of here. This is wrong. I need to get out of here. So it could be that. But something I do want to note is Gregory does have band-aids on his face. None of the other animatronics or any of the other people in this game have band-aids on them. Why does Gregory have band-aids on? It just seems weird. So maybe he already had Crying Child memories, but something that happened to him, maybe he got scratched, or maybe he was about to be killed and a knife grazed his face. I don't know, but something gave him a memory snap and caused him to snap out of it. And I think Gregory and Vanny helped each other out to take control of the Glamrock animatronic, because it's more of a Vanny thing that she has the animatronics. I think Gregory may have started to help her, and then maybe Gregory snapped out of it, and then Vanny at that point had full control of them, and Vanny tried to kill Crying Child, because I don't know, but I think that explains why Gregory is kind of hiding, because he just kind of got traumatized. And it just seems weird. In this ending, we see that Vanny walks up to him in a cardboard box. Maybe Vanny's not trying to kill him. Maybe Vanny's trying to put him back into the glitched cult, trying to put him back in. And that's what the main thing about the DLC is going to be about. That might explain what the DLC might be mainly about, is we're trying to keep Gregory from going back to that Afton cult, trying to be sucked back in, just like how Vanny did. He made it out, sucked back in, and now we gotta save him. But yeah, that's my theory. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means so much to me you took the time out of your day to watch this video. I'm really proud of this theory video, because I've been thinking about this for a while. I am so sorry this is taking me so long to upload. I'm recording this Saturday, so hopefully it gets uploaded tomorrow, but reality is probably not going to be tomorrow. It'll probably be Sunday, or not Sunday, probably uploaded this next week, probably Wednesday, but next week I for sure will have it that the storyteller will be out on time Thursday. I'm praying to God I can get it out. I'm praying I can get it out Thursday. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It means so much to you took the time out of your day. And remember, waffles, cheeseburgers, and rabbit carrots. I don't know.